Alright, this is the Harrison's Market Store by Alex Hunter. This reminds me of Europe, a woman said, her arms heavy with thick cloth bags. She was the kind that had the look of money, who could afford the top stuff at the fancy stores, who didn't need the hassle of what the Harrisons were selling. But she did so because it made her feel like there was something real and textured in her life. The hardest part, at first, was letting those that tried to return the food, that the food they bought wasn't spoiled. It just had skin that had gone wrinkly, or a tomato that had grown a dark spot, letting them know that it was, in fact, still fine, just limp and slightly brown, was the first big part of their business. They sold whatever had come up that morning, or the morning before, inside of Miss Harrison's garden. Some weeks it was hundreds of pounds of squash, in a single plastic bucket of radishes. Other weeks, as that one was looking to be, there was just enough of everything to fill the folding tables in the garage with a beautiful rainbowic display. There wasn't a single item that was priced over $1, and that made the Harrisons smile. Just because the pippin squash was as big as a head didn't mean that it was worth more than a set of cherry tomatoes. They met neighbors who had been cloistered away for decades, and like the rich woman, people from the other side of the tracks, without the space in the yard or in their heads to do much growing. They started the business out of that garage after finding their garden produce filling more jars than they could process in a day. The price of the jars was adding up, as was the water bill. "We don't have the legs to keep moving like this," Mr. Harrison had said. They both knew the wallet didn't have the buck for it either. The grocery stores had become drive-thrus, food dipped in plastic and sealed with poisoned gases, passed over in exchange for exactly as much as people were tested and confirmed to be willing to pay. Their store was much better. Nothing other than fresh food was sold, which turned out to be their problem.